is News 3 Now at 10.
Thanks for joining us on this Campaign 2020 partisan primary election night. Voters across the state sending in their ballots or casting them in person. The polls closed about 2 hours ago. The ballots are being counted as we speak.
In most cases, today is a setup for the general election in November, but in others with no challengers this fall, the winner of tonight's primary takes the seat, and that is the case in our first race tonight for the state Senate. It's for the 26th district, which covers the Isthmus to the west side of Madison, and there are 7 candidates in this race, and just moments ago, Kelda Roys has been declared the winner. All of these candidates were vying for retiring incumbent Senator Fred Risser's open seat. Kelda Roys held a virtual victory speech just moments ago.
Thank you so very much for the trust that you've placed in me by voting for me. I will work every single day to be worthy of the opportunity that you provided me with and to enact the big structural changes we so desperately need.
There is no Republican challenger in this race, so barring any unforeseen circumstances, Kelda Roys will be the new state senator for the 26th district.
Political reporter Amy Reed is following this race tonight and has reaction and more on what this means. Amy?
It's been a long time since Madison has had to fill this seat. Outgoing Risser first took it in 1963. Kelda Roys beat out 6 others, and she came in with the most experience in politics. She used to be in the Assembly. She also had a failed run for Congress against Mark Pocan and a failed gubernatorial primary run against Governor Evers. She has a history pushing for reproductive rights, and she told me she considers herself a progressive, backing Badger Care for All and the Green New Deal. But she also has plans to tackle equity problems in the state and affordable housing. Of course, the main focus for her and the rest of the legislature will be the state's continued response to the coronavirus.
The Madison clerk's office says voter turnout is at more than 28%. Now that's as of 4 o'clock this afternoon, so the turnout is likely quite a bit higher. As for the absentee ballots, the city clerk says more than 80% have been processed. That's also as of 4 o'clock.
In the state's 78th Assembly District, west side of Madison, this is another race where there is no Republican challenger in November, so tonight's winner takes the seat, and that'll be incumbent Lisa Subeck, a comfortable win over challenger Robert Slamka. Moving on to the Republican primary, this is the 14th Senate District. That would be parts of Sauk and Columbia counties. Incumbent Senator Luther Olson retiring. Joan Ballweg with a commanding lead over Ken Van Dyke. 68% of precincts reported at this time. The winner will go against Democrat Joni Anderson in November. To the Democratic side, the 16th Senate seat, Sun Prairie and Stoughton represented, where longtime incumbent Senator Mark Miller is retiring. State Representative Melissa Sargent in the Assembly since 2012 wins comfortably over Monona Grove School Board President Andrew McKinney. We spoke with Representative Sargent a bit earlier tonight.
As a state senator, it's going to be my responsibility to be a voice, a progressive voice, and an unapologetic voice, carrying forward many of the policies that I have championed in the Assembly into the Senate, and working hard in order to get them to be able to pass.
Again, a comfortable win for Sargent. She'll face off against Republican Scott Baker in the general election.
In the state's 32nd Senate District, another incumbent, Senator Jennifer Schilling, is retiring, and there are 3 Democrats on the ballot today. Jane Swigum, Paul Michael Weber, and Brad Path, who is leading right now. Republican Dan Kapanke will take on the winner in November. On Madison's north and far east side, in the 48th Assembly District, 4 candidates are trying to replace Melissa Sargent, who was running for Senate, as we heard. Madison Alderwoman Samba Balde is your winner. She will take on Republican Samuel Anderson in November. In the 76th Assembly District, now there are 7 candidates running to take outgoing Representative Chris Taylor's seat. Francesca Hong, a Madison restaurant owner, is in the lead and is declared the winner. This district covers downtown and the Isthmus, so it is traditionally a very Democratic-leaning area. Come November, there is 1 Republican contender on the ballot, and that is Patrick Hull.
On the Democratic side, in the state's 80th Assembly District, this covers the Mount Horeb, Verona, and Oregon areas. Longtime incumbent Sandy Pope moving on. She'll face Republican Chase Binney in November. For in-person voters today, clerks have been taking extra precautions to make sure everyone involved could stay safe.
So in addition to wearing masks, using partitions, and having plenty of available hand sanitizer, nearly 700 Wisconsin Guard members worked at polling locations in 40 counties around the state. The city of Madison says they did utilize the Guard, but we won't know how many members helped out until after the election.
We put in a request of the most urgent locations to have additional staff based on absentee numbers, and then the list went on from the greatest need to the least need.
The clerk says today was sort of a test run for the November election, giving everyone a chance to put safety plans into action, then evaluate it to make improvements come the general election.
Well, moving to the first congressional district now, Rock County, southeastern Wisconsin, Paul Ryan's old district. This is the Democratic primary. Roger Pollack will be moving past Josh Pade. 93% of precincts reporting, but he has a comfortable lead to square off with Ryan's successor, first-term Republican incumbent Brian Stile. Two primaries in the 3rd congressional district, La Crosse, also western parts of our viewing area. That's home to longtime Democratic incumbent Ron Kine. This race called quickly in the primary over challenger Dr. Mark Newman. And on the Republican side in that race, Derek Van Orden looks like he will be Kine's opponent, currently with a commanding lead over Jesse Eben.
And our final race tonight in Wisconsin's 5th congressional district, longtime Republican incumbent Jim Sensenbrenner is retiring. And there is only a Republican primary today. State Senator Scott Fitzgerald beat Cliff DeTemple. Senator Fitzgerald will go against Democrat Tom Palzowitz in November. And be sure to stay with News 3 Now for the latest election news and reaction. All of the results can also be found on channel3000.com, and they'll also be scrolling on the bottom of your screen.
Next at 10, we turn things over to weather now. Much quieter day after yesterday's storms, and now we're learning that that system actually did produce a couple of tornadoes nearby. Let's check with meteorologist Dana Fulton now. Our first warn forecast. Dana?
We had several storm reports stretching across southern Wisconsin from yesterday afternoon, including 3 confirmed tornadoes and a lot of wind damage. Each one of those bubbles that you see confirmed wind damage. The orange ones, green, confirmed wind gusts, and those red bubbles, those are the confirmed tornadoes. In Grant County, just outside of Burton, we had a confirmed EF0 on the ground for about a half mile, destroying several trees, a lot of crops, and a barn there. And on the southeast corner of the state, near Lake Geneva, there was an EF0, and near Camp Lake, an EF1. A weak EF1 passing through, but still a lot of wind damage stretching throughout the Midwest as this derecho passed through the area yesterday, bringing very strong wind gusts. A completely different situation this afternoon and this evening. Our radar's nice and quiet, and things stayed calm today, and we're expecting another very pleasant and partly sunny day for tomorrow. High temperatures will be in the low 80s, and we'll get to enjoy the sunshine for the next few days before our next chance for rain develops this weekend. We'll take a closer look at your full forecast in just a few minutes.
Dana, thank you. All new tonight, all 3 lanes of the westbound Beltline were closed for much of the evening. This was due to a rollover crash. This vehicle resting on its roof in the center lane. This was between Whitney Way and Gammon Road. The DOT says happened just before 8 tonight. Our News 3 Now crew on the scene says a police car nearby also appeared to have some damage. Not sure if that was connected to the crash. No word yet on injuries. The Beltline is now back open. Madison city leaders have put a plea out there to stop the recent rise in gun violence as an 11-year-old remains in the hospital with a critical gunshot wound to the head.
No arrests have been made yet, and community leaders are asking for your help. Madeline O'Neill is live on the east side with what we know so far. Maddie?
Well, Madison police are investigating shots fired incidents in multiple locations today as possibly connected with what happened here on East Washington and Lexington Avenues, where they found the girl shot. Now we're right near a church and a daycare. A house right over on Powers Avenue was actually hit by bullets. Its residents telling me that came, of course, as a shock.
It's pretty scary.
An East Side resident for most of her life, Tricia Fry says Tuesday's shooting was not only scary for her, but any nearby kids and her neighbors whose car and house took bullets while they were home.
Well, I talked to the people that where the bullet holes were, and they said now they don't feel safe anymore.
These shootings in broad daylight between vehicles are putting uninvolved innocent members of the community at risk, whether it's a church, a daycare, somebody's residence, or just people driving on a public street. You know, I've said that we've been fortunate we haven't had more uninvolved people hit this year, and you know, unfortunately, it looks like our luck has run out today.
Officers responded to the area of East Washington and Lexington Avenues around 11:45 a.m. to find the 11-year-old girl shot in the head. Police say a vehicle shot multiple rounds at the vehicle she was in, with the driver being the intended target.
Anyone who knows anything about this has to step forward. I know it may be difficult, but it's critical. You can help prevent the next child from being shot. you can help put an end to this.
The numbers that we're seeing this year and this summer are really staggering.
Interim Police Chief Vic Wall says since they began tracking shots fired incidents in 2016, June had the highest monthly total at 29. That rose to 44 in July. So far this year, the city has had more than 140 shots fired incidents, an 88% increase over the first half of last year. That means more than 50 vehicles and residences have been struck by gunfire this year, and 28 people have been shot, including the 11-year-old girl.
This was the result of an absolutely senseless and unacceptable act. And these incidents of gun violence are the acts of a few people who are trying to settle scores and are willing to put other innocent lives in danger again and again.
Wall says while calling this a gang war is overly simplistic, many shootings seem to be related. And even if many are targeted, the gun violence is a concern for everyone.
I just hope things get better soon.
When asked about local calls to defund police, Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway said, well, the city should start a conversation about the police's role in public safety. This investigating and preventing violent crime is exactly what we need a police department for. Anyone with information is asked to call Madison Area Crime Stoppers.
Maddie, thank you. Now, tomorrow, City Council President Sherry Carter is planning a press conference. It's called Stop the Violence to Protect Our Youth and comes in light of the recent shootings and homicides. It's at 11 a.m. at Penn Park.
Still to come tonight, an historic day for America. For the first time, an African-American woman is now on a presidential ticket for a major party. The reaction next.
Earn now, spend later during Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Rewards Members Dollar Days. Now through August 16th, Rewards members earn $10 in Blaine's Bucks for every $75 spent in store, redeemable just like cash, August 20th to the 30th. Start earning today with great deals like $10 off Blue Buffalo dog food. Shell Rotelli diesel oil is just $26.99, and large bags of Farm and Fleet black oil sunflower seed, $19.99. Not a Rewards member? Sign up today and start earning Blaine's Bucks now to spend later just like cash.
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the place that puts a smile on everyone's face. We're famous for our cooked-to-order butter burgers and frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. But we've always believed more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And our cheese curds. They're a Wisconsin tradition we're proud to share with you. So take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
Come in today for Rubens' annual leather event. Rubens has received generous discounts from all our fine leather suppliers. Natuzzi, American Leather, and many other manufacturers have allowed Rubens to give you up to 10% off on all leather furniture. Rubens' downtown store and Westside store have many pieces that are available for immediate delivery. Remember, all interior design services are complimentary. Stop into either Rubens today for our leather event.
The Ford Summer Sales Event is here with great offers on a huge selection, like 0% APR financing for 72 months across the Ford lineup. And get peace of mind with the Ford Promise. It's summer, so grab the family and head out. It's easier now during the Ford Summer Sales Event. Right now, get 0% APR financing for 72 months, plus the peace of mind of the Ford Promise. See your local Ford dealer today.
Joe Biden says,
if you elect me, your taxes are going to be raised, not cut.
That means middle-class families, small businesses, and seniors pay higher taxes. It's the biggest tax increase in history.
Citizenship for 11 million undocumented folks.
That means 11 million illegal immigrants competing for American jobs, eligible for free health care, Social Security, and Medicare. America can't afford Joe Biden.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Learning pods may help students with remote schooling, but what about kids who don't have access?
Being presented with even more challenges to the upcoming school year.
Will pods widen the achievement gap? On the next News 3 Now this morning. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Welcome back. Joe Biden makes it official, picking Kamala Harris to be his running mate. She's only the third woman and the first black woman to be on a major party's presidential ticket. Biden had promised to pick a female and put together a list of 13 candidates that his campaign vetted before the decision. Shortly after the news broke, President Trump took shots at Senator Harris.
And I thought she was the meanest, the most horrible, most disrespectful of anybody in the U.S. Senate. She's also known, from what I understand, as being just about the most liberal person in the U.S. Senate.
Senator Harris took to Twitter after the news broke, saying she's honored to join the ticket and will do whatever it takes to make Joe Biden our next commander-in-chief.
The NAACP is calling this a defining moment in U.S. history. The local branch president tells us he cried when he first heard the news, knowing this decision will affect generations.
So 35 years from now, young African-American girls specifically are going to say, I remember when Kamala Harris ran for vice president. And I remember, number one, that she was ready to run a national campaign with Joe Biden. Number two, she was ready to be president on day one. And number three, she was ready to speak truth to power.
Greg Jones says more than anything, this decision says this country can live up to its creed that all Americans are created equal. He says if elected, he expects to see a well-developed public policy from Biden and Harris on criminal justice reform. He says Harris is the best person to bring that discussion to the White House. The latest Marquette Law School poll just released today shows Joe Biden maintaining a lead over the president. There is only marginal difference between now and the last poll conducted in March, with Joe Biden leading the president 49 to 44% in the state. The margin of error is 3.9%. Governor Tony Evers and U.S. Senator Tammy Baldwin will speak during next week's Democratic National Convention in Milwaukee. The four-day event to formally nominate Joe Biden as the Democratic candidate for president has been dramatically scaled back to nearly all virtual. Governor Evers is slated to speak Wednesday night, and Senator Baldwin will speak on Thursday.
Big Ten has officially canceled fall sports with hopes of trying to play in the spring. That means no Badger football, volleyball, soccer, or cross country this fall. We will hear from Athletic Director Barry Alvarez, football coach Paul Christ, and volleyball coach Kelly Sheffield coming up in sports. And the UW system administration will lay off an untold number of employees over the next 2 years as part of $10 million in cuts. The layoffs were announced today by interim president of the system, Tommy Thompson. He says the cuts will only affect employees of UW system administration. The system's 13 universities are making their own reductions.
And here's meteorologist Dana Fulton with a look at our first warn forecast.
Again, today was pretty calm, but as we look back to yesterday's event and all of the wind damage stretching across the Midwest and Plains, as these reports have been populated over the last 36 hours or so, you can see plenty of wind damage from Iowa all the way through Ohio. Again, these widespread long-lived events are called derechos. That's what we're classifying the entirety of the event, from Iowa all the way through Wisconsin and Ohio, covering well over 250 miles, gusts picking up at least 58 miles, a lot of straight line wind damage, but also tornado damage, including those 3 brief tornadoes that we had in southern Wisconsin and our viewing area in Grant County near Burton, an EF0 tornado. And our tornadoes are ranked on an enhanced Vegeta scale. It goes all the way up to an EF5, and when an EF0 comes through, it's usually about 65 to 85 mile per hour wind gusts. The National Weather Service has to send a team out to survey the damage, and they do their best to give a guesstimate of what the wind speeds likely were by looking at the scene and the damage twisted around. So we did see some tree damage, crop damage, and a few barns twisted up. 85 miles per hour, that's a Category 1 hurricane strength wind. And we saw wind gusts close to 100 miles per hour in Iowa. So even though we didn't see tornadoes passing through all of the area, those straight line winds can still cause the damage of a Category 2 strength hurricane or even an EF1 tornado. Thankfully, for the next several days, our forecast should stay pretty quiet outside. Overnight, mostly clear skies. Temperatures will drop to the upper 50s for our overnight lows. Tomorrow, plenty of sunshine with high temperatures in the mid to low 80s. Our humidity starts to increase a little bit on Thursday. We'll have some more cloud coverage building in the afternoon with partly sunny skies and a slight chance for an isolated shower or thunderstorm, but not picking up a lot of moisture passing through for Thursday. Our temperature trend seeing a little bit of a cool down as we look ahead to next week. Our 6 to 10 day outlook moves us into next week, and it's quite likely that our temperatures will be trending below average. That really lines up with what we're looking at in our 10-day forecast. Temperatures tomorrow in the low 80s, mid to low 80s for us. Partly sunny skies and just pleasantly warm. 83 is a very summery, nice afternoon, not including any moisture with that. For Thursday and Friday, we'll have the slight chance for an isolated shower or thunderstorm at the afternoon. Most of the areas should stay dry, though, for Thursday and Friday. The moisture really increases Friday night into Saturday. Saturday, we'll have scattered showers and thunderstorms with partly sunny skies and a chance for showers and thunderstorms on Sunday. Temperatures stay just a little bit above average for the rest of the week and for Saturday. As we look ahead to next week, high temperatures will be in the mid to upper 70s with overnight lows in the 50s. So we'll start to trend below average and we'll move into a little bit of a drier pattern as well, with not seeing any systems moving in for the plains or the Midwest for next week.
All right, Dana, thank you. Just ahead in sports, Badger football sounding off on Twitter after the news of their canceled season. Why Coach Paul Chryst is concerned about the spring. Zach is in next with sports.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Gobin Cars Grand Opening Sale, beautiful Middleton. 2017 Nissan Sentras, Hyundai Elantras for only $79.95 or $129 per month.
That's right. Buy 2017 Nissan Sentras and Hyundai Elantras for only $79.95 or $129 per month.
Gobin Cars is selling 2018 Kia Fortes for only $89.95 or $149 per month.
Hurry in today and just ask for my dad, Don the Dealman Gobin.
Or my daughter, Crystal the Pistol Gobin.
You gotta go to Gobin, GobinCars.com.
At Pick and Save, we give you more ways to save on the fresh you love, like the Pick and Save app. It combines personalized coupons, fuel points, and weekly sales for the best deals. From meat to fruits and veggies to milk to whatever is in that. We've always given you more ways to save, and now those savings are even better than ever. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Dreaming of custom furniture, but you think high prices, sales pressure, and waiting for months and months? Come to Slumberland and design your way. Quick and easy, with no extra cost. First, pick your piece. Lots of styles, clearly marked. Next, pick your fabric. There's no extra charge here. Then, get it quick. Our orders are made fast. Plus, all custom furniture is on sale. Design your way, only at Slumberland Furniture.
Arby's 2 for $6 everyday value. 2 of these for $6 every day. Like Monday, Saturday, Tuesday, all other days. Arby's, we have the meat.
I want a client who comes in to feel comfortable and to know that their case is in good hands so they can relax and get on with their life as best as they can and let me do the fighting for them. That's how I want them to feel.
Gingras, Thompson, and Walks.
This is the big one, folks. The Brothers Maine Everything's on Sale sale. Right now, you'll get everything from Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, and Amana with blowout savings, like a Maytag washer for $3.99 and a Maytag dryer for just $3.99. And you'll always get more from the More store, like our risk-free 30-day price satisfaction guarantee. The Everything's on Sale sale, with more selection, more savings, and more satisfaction on everything. Now at the Brothers Maine, your local store for more since 1938.
This is our moment to build a new American economy for our families and for our communities. When we spend taxpayers' money, we should use it to buy American products and support American jobs. It's time to help small businesses. We'll purchase clean energy technologies to fight climate change and enhance national security. We have to invest in what the jobs and industries of tomorrow are going to be. We have a great opportunity to build back and build back better. I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
6 days ago, the Big Ten released its league-only schedule. 5 days ago, Big Ten Commissioner Kevin Warren said he felt his son would be safe playing college football this season. Saturday was the move to delay contact practices. And now today, the conference has postponed not just football, but all fall sports. The reason? Ongoing concerns of health and safety for the athletes. The plan now is to attempt to play the seasons in the spring. But with a fall without football, volleyball, soccer, and cross country in Madison, that's going to be tough.
I know how much they wanted to play. I was right there with them. I wanted them to play too. You have to look at the safety. That was our number one priority. But I know how much they wanted to play, and the coaches and our fans and everyone else. But believe me, there's no one wanted to play more than me.
The Badger football team disappointed with the news. Gabriel Lloyd tweeted out, "Don't release the schedules and then change your mind. Thanks." Fayon Hicks added, "Ain't no way we play in the spring and then turn around and play in the fall. Our bodies won't stop stop getting people's hopes up." And Eric Burrell said what might be in the back of everyone's mind, do they actually think we can do spring competition and a couple months later fall? Hashtag false hope. Wisconsin head football coach Paul Chryst had similar thoughts on moving football to the spring.
I don't see it like, oh, fall's just going to be like a typical spring, right? Because we're in a different world right now. And, you know, are we going to play spring ball? You know, I've got some concerns about that. You know, to me, it's hard to play 2 seasons in 1 year.
Meanwhile, the Badger volleyball team is in the same boat. Head coach Kelly Sheffield broke the news to his team and canceled practice, but the Badgers weren't all right with that. Instead, they played 6-on-6 for over 2 hours just to play. Make no mistake about it, they'll be ready whenever that first ball is served in the spring to make a run at a national champion.
Players just want to play. You know, they want to have a meaningful season. It would have been devastation for our program had they said, "Here, we're canceling the entire year." That would have devastated people. I think just knowing that we can play in the spring, it's you know, we know where it's at. We know what we're doing right now, and we'll take a breather and then we'll gear up.
And the Brewers used the long ball to beat the Twins. The crew hit 4 home runs, 2 of them from Manny Pena. The rubber match of the series is tomorrow at 6:10. We're back after this.
With the Volkswagen community-driven promise, you can enjoy exciting offers. And at participating dealers, you can shop at our place or yours.
Click, call, or come by your Volkswagen dealer today and get 0% APR financing for 72 months on select 2019 and 2020 models.
Gene, did you know Geico is now offering an extra 15% credit on car and motorcycle policies?
That's great.
That's 15% on top of what Geico could already save you. So what are you waiting for? John Stamos to knit you a scarf?
All finished, Gene. Enjoy.
Thank you.
I give.
The stitch work is impeccable.
That's just a double fleck pattern with a reverse garter stitch. No big deal.
Is your hair this soft?
Softer.
Geico. Save an extra 15% when you switch by October 7th.
If someone came to you and asked, what are you invested in? Would your answer be about mutual funds and money markets? Or would it be mutual relationships and farmers markets? Maybe both. At Thrivent, we believe money is a tool, not a goal. And with the right guidance, it can afford you a life rich in meaning and gratitude. By gaining financial clarity today, you can thrive with purpose tomorrow. To learn more, text THRIVE to 484848 or visit Thrivent.com.
In a crisis, you're tested. As a nation, we've been tested before, and he has too. During the worst financial collapse in a generation, with our economy on the brink, Joe Biden led the Recovery Act that saved millions of jobs and restored the middle class. During the deadliest Ebola outbreak in history, he helped lead the response that beat back an epidemic and kept Americans safe. Now, we're being tested again, and Joe Biden knows the answer is not ignoring the crisis, bailing out big corporations, and dividing a nation in pain. It's working together to protect the workers who keep us strong, rebuild the middle class, pay people what they deserve, and give every American the path to a good-paying job, a quality education, and affordable health care. That's Joe Biden, tested and ready on day one.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Save big money in your next project with 11% off everything right now at Menards. Update your home with great floors from Tarkett. We have a great selection of laminate, vinyl plank, and sheet vinyl flooring. Get 11% off all Tarkett flooring. Give your bathroom a new look with help from Sterling. The Ensemble Medley Tub Shower has an extra deep bathing well, $449.99 after 11% off. Stop waiting and start saving with 11% off everything. Now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Buy a select 2020 Volkswagen today. And for the next 6 years, you won't pay a single cent in interest. 6 years of interest-free payments. Click, call, or come by today.
This portion of News 3 Now is sponsored by the Wisconsin Lottery, reminding you to please play responsibly.
Let's go to Dana. Final check of the forecast.
Partly sunny skies tomorrow with high temperatures in the low 80s. We'll stay in the mid to low 80s through the rest of the work week with a slight chance for showers and storms late Thursday and late Friday. We'll look at a better chance for showers and thunderstorms on Saturday and Sunday. And next week, a nice dry trend with cooler temperatures. Highs will be in the upper to lower middle 70s for us with temps in the 50s overnight.
All right, Dana, thank you very much. We want to remind you those election results will continue to be available at channel3000.com and at the bottom of your screen. And we'll have complete election coverage tomorrow as well, starting with News 3 Now this morning as we take you right on up to Election Day in just 84 days. Thanks for joining us.
Now, a Wisc-Tv editorial with editorial director Neil Heinen.
Much of the attention resulting from the racial justice movement has been focused on schools and policing for obvious and necessary reasons. But equally as important, perhaps more important, is the need to address racial barriers to income equality and wealth creation, and we support recent efforts in both areas. First of all, the city's committing resources to helping African Americans start businesses. We need more Black-owned businesses and more businesses catering to Black Madisonians. But we're even more excited by the Urban League of Greater Madison's new $5 million initiative to increase home ownership among Black Madisonians. Urban League CEO Ruben Anthony knows well the economic stability home ownership offers, and this unique partnership is smart and innovative. Both of these initiatives will require commitment and additional investment, but they are important steps. It's time we start putting our money where our mouths are.